Well, hi, I am Beach Bum and Dad, and we are shell hopping in the 10,000 Islands. I always love grabbing the pears. That'll always make me slow down. We're heading into the mangroves, so watch your step, be careful, and let's go shelling. So this is the overnight rack line. Let's come down here, around. Remember, be careful. All right, there we go. Nice. Our first crew. Nobody's home. As I would expect up here. Let's go check out here in the muck. Look at this spot. Couldn't see anything from back there. Let's look. I have never seen this spot uncovered. Let's see if this one has some color. Pretty scallop. The last couple days I've been finding quite a few like that with, little, I don't know, what do you call them? Little Nike swooshes, just little markings. Egg casings. Let's look in here. All right, there's our first, a couple of them. There's our first angel wing. Paired sunray. Now, I see a couple tidal pools. Let's go check these out. Check around the edge. Step over that one. Look over here. Go check in this one. Alright, here's a little shell pile. Let's come over here and look. If you've never found a rosemarix, this is how you hunt for them. Sometimes they pop, and sometimes it takes a little work. There's a lightning walk. There's some orange. There's a cantharus. And if I don't miss it, I thought there was a top in there. I know there's some footy prints here, but maybe they missed something. That one's, well, maybe not. I was thinking, yep, okay, so that one was live. So that means that one's live. Let's come down here. All right, let's slow down here. Broken angel wing. Maybe if we go a little higher we can find some. Alright, this is a little higher. This is from the winds last week. And you never know. Never know. You might find something. So you can see here, this has been hit pretty hard. Lots of footy prints. This is the overnight rack line. And not much washing in. Things have been slowing down. You can see the Gulf is a little calmer. Let's peek in here. See if there's a rose on top. I see a Merix. Look at that beautiful lacy. Oh, there's a little crab in there. Alright, we're gonna have to keep looking. If you have never shelled the mangroves, the organic odor is pretty overwhelming. But I love the outdoors, so I think it's pretty awesome. All right, let's peek. It's pretty squishy. Nothing out here. All right, we'll try here. Oh, look at it, right by my footy print. There's our first colorful moon snail. Found some on the previous island. We have one on the board here. Check at the bases. All right, this one I wasn't too sure about because the color's not popping, but I thought that looks like a, well, look in the shade there, a purplish simile. Ooh, there's a stinky one. I'm not cleaning that one up. That's a paired sunray Venus. Ooh, yuck. I saw this buried in the sand. That one's odiferous. I'm not cleaning that one up. Alright, what about this one? This one looks fine. That's a paired sunray Venus. And there's a darker chocolate whelk. The other day we were finding all kinds of those. There's a little wing. Slow down right here. I see a little, that's a little gaudy. So far, that's the only unoccupied one. What about this one over here? There's another banded. Here we go and start off with that true. Is this a Nicky one? Nope. Paired sunray. I don't know. That looks like false angel wing. Maybe. The alphabets are going to be few and far between. And even, it looks like the Myrics are going to be few and far between. Banded tulip. There we go, a little heavier. Even though this has been picked through, this is a lot heavier than what we've seen. So let's slowly go through and see what we can find. Whew. Speaking of smelly, this is really stinky. Tons of arcs. Let's see. That one's broken. That one's broken. I'll just sit down here a minute. See if we see anything. Alright, you look to the left. What's this? I found a tulip to the right. Let's see. Did y'all see that one to the left? I'm glad these don't have any of the brown ooze. Sometimes you find shells in here and you just shake them and ew. You don't want it on your hands, you don't want it on your shoes. This would have been awesome a few days ago. I bet you there were just tons of cones in here. Okay, there's a tulip right there. That one might be true. There's a broken pear whelk. that's the pattern we're looking for. Now where did that... It's right in here. All right, let me see. Oh, it's abandoned. That's what I saw was the spire. Because it was faded, that's what I was thinking. Maybe it's a true. Oh, here, turn over here. There's some orange popping. Alright, you look to the right, I'm gonna look to the left. Same old over here. What did you see on the right? I don't know, maybe we can move this a little bit. I know I saw someone do that on Marco, and it's like, oh, there's a Genonia. Let me see if I can get my hand somewhere. Oh, there's a big old eye in there. See that? Right under that stump. That's a pretty good eye. That's a pretty big one. Let me grab this mangrove. Let's see. Anything hiding? I don't see anything. Wait a minute. Oh, let me get it. Oh. There's an orange true. Nice. Whew, that's a lot of work. Man, I saw it sticking out of that pen shell. Let me get up here. Beautiful orange crew. Well, let's try it again. There's a, looks like a spiny. I think I said it. So many shells, so little time. Oh, that was on a different video. That was on a different island. There's another nice lightning walk. I suppose put these in the shell bag. And then I can pay attention and keep shelling instead of worrying about dropping them. Let's go out here. Maybe this might be a little fresher. At the very least, look at all these pen shells. Just found a heart cockle, and this one's light. Hey, I don't want to get too soaked. Again, the only shoes. This was a spur of the moment trip, and look at this. I'm gonna get a photo. Right there. And turn. Right there. Different angle. All these pen shells, wow. Last week when the pens are rolling, that's when you gotta be shelling. Wow. This is a ton. Let's go back up here. Oh, look at here. Right on top, right where everyone's walking. Nice little pony. You know, it's kind of funny. I was just thinking to myself, why do you shake them when they've probably been sitting here for a while? Didn't have any water in it. I don't think the surf has gotten up here in a while. Let's go over here. The first time I had ever seen anything like this, I was attending a conference on Marco, and I didn't understand. I had never seen this in the Panhandle. There was a hurricane landfall in the Western Gulf, and anytime the Gulf is getting riled up, you have waves all across the Gulf, and there were pen shells just piling up like this. And oops, gotta be careful. Hard to do when you're talking, filming, and walking and shelling. Glad I'm not chewing gum.
You're trying to be funny.
And someone had posted, and that was the first time I had heard it, when the pens start rolling, look for the shells. And I was finding alphabet cones just across the beach. Nothing special, not a lot of work. They were just rolling in. Let's look over here. I suppose I should be checking the time. Let's look at this cockle shell here. Because any minute I'm thinking, I didn't check the time, I don't know what time I got off the boat. They could be calling saying, BBD, how far out are you? You need to get back. So maybe I should turn around and walk back. Check the spot right here. We haven't found an alphabet or a Florida. And sometimes, most times you find at least a couple out here. Maybe I just need to pay more attention. Let's get a little closer. So if you're like me and you love shelling, and you haven't already subscribed, I'd be so honored if you would click on the Genonia right there and subscribe. And if you want to keep shelling, right over here. It's YouTube's choice for your next video. Otherwise, thanks for coming along, and I'll see you back out on the beach. Y'all take care.